Mario and Sonic, two gaming icons joined together to compete in the Olympic Games. Again. However, this time around, it's the London 2012 Olympic Games. This game is my personal favorite installment in the series, since it has several fun events to play, and even fun modes as well. Really, London Party is a huge blast, especially with all the minigames, but we're here for the events. Today, I'm counting down my top 10 favorite Mario and Sonic at the London 2012 Olympic Games events. Man, that's an even bigger mouthful. Like last time, any event, Olympic or Dream, is fair game, and I'll only be counting events from the Wii version and not the 3DS one. And I also won't be counting any London Party minigames, since they deserve their own list. Alright, that rounds up this intro, so let's get Olympic London style. See? Get it? Cause I added the London style part this time? Ah, shut the f*** up! Kicking off this list is Dream Trampoline. In this event, 4 players take turns jumping on a Sonic-themed trampoline. 2 of them jump at a time, and by pressing buttons on and swinging the Wii remote, they must perform tricks to score points. The highest scoring player after 8 rounds wins the event. However, there's a bit more to it than this. The player to get the most points in one round will score bonus points, and players who aren't jumping can clap by repeatedly swinging the Wii remote with good timing when the blue rings close in on them to score points while they wait for their turn. The better their timing, the more points they'll score per clap. As I love in video games, this event requires good timing, and for some reason, I just really like pushing buttons. When playing video games, that is. It's also just plain fun and a clever expansion on Trampoline. With that, Dream Trampoline jumps right into 10th place. I'm not pushing your buttons here. Ninth place is Rhythmic Ribbon. In this event, 8 players take turns performing a long, elegant dance using a ribbon with musical accompaniment, which I'd totally play for you if not for copyright issues. They must score points by swinging, spinning, and balancing the Wii remote when necessary with good timing. The better the player's timing, the more points he or she will score, and the highest scoring player at the end is the winner. Again, this event requires good timing, which is, again, something I love in video games. It's also quite difficult, which in this case is good, since I love a good challenge. Also, spectating this event is pretty fun, since it's so elegant. Rhythmic Ribbon has enough rhythm to earn the 9th place ribbon. Now's as good a time as ever for a time-killing epilogue. Eighth place is Dream Sprint. In this event, 4 players are racing in giant hamster balls on a Sonic-themed pinball track. Stealing Waluigi's thunder, are we? They start the race by charging power, then swinging the Wii remote at just the right time to get a speed boost. They must then tilt the remote to move along, being careful to avoid enemies and falling off the track, which they can also do by jumping. There are also several dash panels scattered throughout the track, along with a shortcut in the middle, which is quite hard to access but saves a good chunk of time. Of course, the first player to reach the finish line is the winner. Of course, again, I've always loved racing games, and this one is very fun and a wild expansion on 100 meters. Well, I think it is. That's enough for Dream Sprint to sprint right towards 8th place. Coming in at 7th place is 4x100 meter relay. In this event, 4 teams of 4 race on a 400 meter track and take turns running a baton to an incoming teammate. Or in the anchor's case, the finish line. The first runner starts the race, and if he or she starts running at just the right time, he or she will get a speed boost. He or she must then run 100 meters toward his or her teammate, the second runner, and pass the baton over. If the pass is timed well, the receiver will get a speed boost. The second runner must then do the same with the third runner, then him/her with the anchor. Once the anchor receives the baton, he or she must sprint to the finish line in hopes of arriving before any opponents. If this is done, that runner's team wins. Every runner can also use a special dash to briefly increase their speed. I love games that require teamwork and good timing, and ones that have racing. Duh, duh-er, and duh-est. And that's it. 4x100 meter relay relays on nothing for 7th place. Sixth place is Dream Equestrian. In this event, 4 teams of 4 take turns riding horses across a Mario-themed track. Specifically, Moo Moo Meadows from Mario Kart Wii. They must transport 7 Yoshi eggs to the finish line, being careful to protect them from obstacles. The team to reach the finish line in the shortest time is the winner. However, it's nowhere near this simple. There are several trials that teams must clear, like jumping over ramps, balancing the trailer with the eggs in it, and, best of all, avoiding Comex attacks. Failing to do any of these could result in losing an egg, and if this happens, the team will be penalized by having a few seconds added to their overall time. Players can also speed up by swinging the Wii Remote, and must also tilt it to turn. This event is, again, very fun, and a very clever expansion on Equestrian. It also reminds me of Mario Kart. Obviously, that's all enough for Dream Equestrian to trot right into 6th place. Fifth place is Dream Long Jump. In this event, 4 players go through a Yoshi-themed course filled with clouds that overlook a sea below. They must use these clouds to jump along through the course and avoid falling into the sea below or they'll lose. The last player standing, or should I say, jumping, is the winner. There are also several enemies, which, of course, players must avoid. Along with jumping, players can also shake the Wii Remote to keep themselves aloft for a short time, and they can also ground pound to mess with opponents, not just by hitting them, but also by hitting the storm clouds, which can launch lightning bolts. Speaking of which, any player who's eliminated can interfere with players who are still in, with what looks like spiky balloons. This event is very fun, and a nice and clever expansion on Long Jump. The music is also really catchy, and the scenery is beautiful. All that makes Dream Long Jump jump into 5th place. Fourth place is Dream Rafting. In this event, 4 teams of 4 take turns riding a huge raft across a Mario-themed river course, and must gain points by smashing barrels, collecting coins, defeating enemies, and clearing challenges. The team with the highest score at the end wins. Players can run about freely on the raft, and must do so carefully to direct it. They can also jump and ground pound, which must be done to defeat enemies. There are quite a few challenges, such as collecting coins, again, defeating porcupuffers, and avoiding thwomps, before eventually reaching the final one, where Gooper Blooper will appear. He'll smash his tentacles onto the raft, and the players must jump on them. Once done enough times, the team has completed the event. This event is extremely fun and quite challenging, what with all the challenges, and has a very clever concept. Dream Rafting easily, coasts right toward 4th place. Couldn't think of a better pun. Sorry. Third place goes to Dream Uneven Bars. In this event, 4 players make their way across a Sonic-themed track in the air, which is filled with floating hanging bars. Players must grab onto these bars and swing from one to another, making their way to the end of the path. Each time a player swings on a bar, he or she will score 1 point if the bar is green, or 2 points if the bar is pink, and the highest scoring player at the end is the winner. However, there's a limit on how many points each bar can give out. Once a bar has been swung on a certain amount of times, specifically 4 times for green bars and 8 times for pink ones, it can't give any more points out. Also, players can make a chain by grabbing onto an opponent's feet. Doing so will increase the amount of points each player in the chain receives. Players can also score bonus points by landing on the finish platform at the end. This is another really fun event, and it's also a very clever expansion on Uneven Bars. Dream Uneven Bars is not uneven about 3rd place. Wait, is that right? The double negative is confusing. Running up is Dream Hurdles. Dang, so many Dream events on this list. Anyway, in this event, 4 players run across a Mario-themed, circular, treadmill-like track and must score points by jumping over hurdles. Doing so grants 3 points, and the highest scoring player at the end is the winner. To spice things up, there are item spaces, which, when run over, activate a certain effect, like changing the track's speed or summoning green shells, which, when launched, take 5 points from players they hit. Players can also steal points from opponents in front of them by stomping their heads. Who knew concussing was legal in the Olympic Games? This event is, yet again, very fun, and a very clever expansion on 110-meter hurdles. It's especially fun when the track is moving at maximum speed. I can't think of anything else to say. No matter, Dream Hurdles jumps all the hurdles required to earn 2nd place. No time-killing epilogue needed this time. Honorable Mention Olympics. 15th place is Dream Fencing. 4 players are fighting on a Sonic-themed stage and must strike each other with a phase to drain their stamina while avoiding or destroying enemies in the process. The last player standing wins. They also have access to item boxes, which can help them mess with opponents or protect themselves. This one is just fun and a pretty clever expansion on fencing. 14th place is Dream Discus. 4 players each ride their own giant discus across a Sonic-themed stage and must gain points by collecting rings and defeating enemies. They can also attack their opponents and gain bonus points by landing on the target at the end. Of course, the highest scoring player at the end wins. This one is, again, just fun and a quite clever expansion on discus. 13th place is Table Tennis. 2 players, each with a paddle, take turns hitting a ball back and forth to one another, and failing to do so gives the other player a point. The first player to a certain amount of points wins. As table tennis always goes. They can also use special shots, which are much harder to hit back than ordinary shots. This one is nice and simple and just fun, especially with the special shots. 12th place is Canoeing. 4 teams of 2 compete in a canoe race and must proceed by swinging the Wii Remote with good timing, or more specifically, when the orange rings close in on them. The better their timing, the faster they'll move, and the first team to reach the finish line wins. This is another nice and simple one, and like Rhythmic Ribbon, it requires good timing, which I'm sure you know how much I love. Last but not least, 11th place is football, or as we Americans call it, soccer. 2 teams of 4, or if the goalie counts, 5, are playing soccer. You know, kicking a ball into the other team's goal, while at the same time protecting their own goal. Doing so scores a team 1 point, and the team with the most points after 2 periods wins. And like in table tennis, players also have access to special shots. What can I say? I just really like soccer, and this event is just plain fun, with fun-to-use controls. Finally, number 1. It's yet another Dream event, and it's Mario themed. It's none other than Dream Spacewalk. In this event, 4 teams of 4 take turns battling Dino Piranha with the help of several Lumas. These Lumas will create formations, and once the players make said formation, they'll launch an attack. While charging toward Dino Piranha, they must spin repeatedly, and this will cause him to lose health when they hit him. Once DP runs out of health, the team has completed the event, and the team with the shortest clear time is the winner. However, there are some ins and outs. Once DP is down to half health, he'll start launching fireballs at the players. However, this is a good thing, since they can hit them back by spinning. If this is done, Dino Piranha will turn away, meaning the players can hit his tail, which does way more damage than normal hits. This event is extremely fun, and an awesome expansion on synchronized swimming, with a very epic and clever concept. It also reminds me of one of my favorite games of all time, Super Mario Galaxy, because it's based off it. With all this, there's no doubt about it. Dream Spacewalk is easily my number 1 favorite Mario and Sonic at the London 2012 Olympic Games event of all time. Still a huge mouthful. So there you have it, my top 10 gargantuan mouthful of all time. For more videos like this, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also, please check out my social media. All links are in the description. Thank you kindly for watching, mate. See you next time. The Coro Glyscore 472 out.